There's a great sense of community within the Montessori classroom, where children of differing ages work together in an atmosphere of cooperation rather than competitiveness. There is respect for the environment and for the individuals within it, which comes through experience of freedom within the community. I really feel so privileged most times to work in an environment that allows the younger children to experience the daily stimulation of older role models, who in turn flourish through their responsibility of leadership. And this is a cycle that's continuous, and those being mentored in turn aspire to be the role model someday. And I have to force myself to see it sometimes, because you get on this treadmill of lessons and this and that, but just to sit back and just watch it happen. And this environment really promotes the understanding that children not only learn with each other, but from each other, thus minimizing the need for adult guidance and intervention. So from a teaching perspective, it enables the teacher to observe, support, assess, and evaluate the learning that occurs. So this sense of community allows the children to become more confident in their environment and in themselves, using their knowledge and skills they acquire to express their own ideas and their own creativity. It also assists them to recognize their value, to respect the creative process of others, and develop a willingness to share regardless of the risks. And only a few weeks ago, I observed a young child reinforce for me again that the children's observations of their peers are just as reliable as the teachers. So after taking off and hanging up her own swim bag, Lily, who is 3 years old, became aware of her 2-year-old peer, Abby, struggling to do the same. And Lily quickly turned to help and ably assisted Abby to hang her swim bag. And it's happening all day long, and the children develop this social awareness and competency through an understanding of the everyday patterns in which that exist in their lives and the lives of others. And Abby will soon be able to complete that task herself and eventually become the role model and mentor. You know, when the recipe first comes out once a week, but like I said, I try to pick recipes that are challenging, but not, you know, if you make a tiny mistake. Baking powder and baking soda are tricky. You know, if you don't get that, if they pull baking soda and it was supposed to be baking powder.
I remember some corn muffins once that were awfully salty.
Yes, right, salty. The salt
Yes.
comes out fast. So,
do the toddlers use the same recipes?
the toddlers use, they do a basic dough recipe, and that I believe is pre-measured. They have it pre-measured, but they're still adding all the ingredients themselves.
And mixing and
Yes.
then kneading and then
Right.
forming the rolls or the breadsticks or
Right.
whatever.